the one, the only Benzion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun Benzion. Today's daf is Benzion Gittin daf Chav Daled, number 24. We mentioned yesterday that there's a fundamental difference, Iyun Benzion, between a shliach halacha and a shliach kabbalah. A shliach halacha acts on behalf of a husband, a man. A shliach kabbalah acts on behalf of the woman, and right, just like we said by an eved is not even good to be shliach kabbalah for a woman, because even though an eved is very similar to a woman, they're both chayav only in mitzvah asay shalo asman grama. They're only mitzvah asay asman grama. They're pater, so they're very similar. Since an eved is not b'toras gittin v'kiddushin, so therefore an eved can't be a shliach kabbalah. We mentioned yesterday, obviously, for shliach halacha he can't be, because an eved is not similar at all to a man, because a man is chayav in more mitzvahs. It's chayav in mitzvah asay asman grama. Now, which would follow that a woman also can't be a shliach halacha, right? Could a man make a woman a shliach halacha or not? We said the whole point of shlichus by gittin, it's not just that the result of the shlichus is attributed back to the mishaleach. It's actually the shliach is in place. He's instead of the husband. Some call it a yada richta. He's an extension of his hand, or he's stepping in the shoes of the mishaleach. So it has to be the same type of person. But a woman is not the same as a man, right? So according to what we were saying yesterday, an eved can't be a shliach halacha, and Isha also can't be a shliach halacha. So what's the case? So the Gemara tries to understand the case in the Mishnah, Chav Gilon Beis, where the Gemara, the Mishnah says that a woman can bring her get from Dinas Hayam and say b'fani, she has to say b'fani nechem, but it's valid, she could do that. So the Gemara asks, what is the case, right? If he gave it to her in Chutz La'aretz, so the gerushin already happened in Chutz La'aretz. So what is she coming and testifying b'fani nechem? It already happened. So the Gemara has a lot of problems, and the Gemara finally answers that the case in the Mishnah is talking about. There's two answers the Gemara says. The first answer the Gemara says he makes the woman a shliach halacha, and then when she gets to Eretz Yisrael, she makes another shliach halacha, right? And then she acts as herself as makabel the get, and therefore the gerushin happens in Eretz Yisrael. So she has to testify b'fani nechtam when she makes the shliach halacha, the second shliach halacha. The second case, the second answer the Gemara gives is again that she acts as a shliach halacha, and she can't appoint another shliach halacha. Based in steps in, and they're the shliach halacha. Once she testifies, we trust her. We trust her. So in Beis Din can step in, and they'll be the shliach halacha. They're acting. Beis Din can act on account of somebody. They can be apotropos. They can be appointed, make themselves appointed. Hefker Beis Din, Hefker. They have a lot of koch Beis Din of 3 people. So they can go ahead and act as shliach halacha and give it to the woman. And she accepts the get, and that's why it happens in Eretz Yisrael, and therefore you have to say b'fani nechtam. Now, what's the difference in these two cases? They're pretty similar. The answer is the basic difference is in the first answer, she has the ability. She can be a shliach halacha. Obviously, she can't be. She can be a shliach halacha and appoint another shliach halacha. According to the second answer, she can't appoint another shliach halacha. I believe, according to the final answer of the Gemara, which I believe is the halacha, should be according to it, is that a woman has no ability to be a shliach halacha. All she can do, right? There's two types of shlichus. There's the shlichus where basically, like shlichus by gittin, where the person is acting instead of the other person. He's taking on the persona of the mishalech, the person who sends it. And there's a regular shlichus which applies throughout the Torah, which even an ape or a monkey can do. Basically, they do an action for you, and it's attributed back to you, right? Which is most shlichus in the Torah. You're not there to do it. Let someone else do the action for you, and it's attributed to your bank account or on your behalf. It's done for you. So a woman can't do the first type of shlichus, but she could do the second type of shlichus. Therefore, she acts as a shliach halacha. It's not the regular shliach halacha that is by if the man would make a shliach halacha, where the shliach is actually acting on behalf of him. He's just it's an extension of his hand. It's just a shliach, right? For trustworthy purposes. She can testify, we believe her, and she's working on behalf of her husband. She's not her husband. She can't be her husband because she's a woman. She can't be a real shliach in Torah's Gittin v'Kiddushin. But according to the first answer, she has the ability, once she has that quasi shlichus, so she has the ability to appoint another man as a shliach halacha, and she can transfer, she can be a conduit of the persona of her husband from one man to another man. And she could do that, which is hard to understand, because if she can't be, how could she give over to someone something that she doesn't have. That's the first answer to the Gemara. Maybe it could work out. The second answer to the Gemara is more fundamental. I think this is the truth. Is that she could act as shliach halacha in terms of what? In terms of the ne'emanus, the trustworthiness that she can testify. We will leave her over here. We'll leave her. But again, she's only acting as a shliach, not a full shliach in Torah's Gittin. She's acting as shliach as just someone like an ape or like a monkey that's doing something on behalf of somebody else. We can attribute it that she's taking the get, and she's trustworthy to say that she saw b'fani nechta. And then based on that trustworthiness, we'll step in. That's what the second answer is. They'll step in and make a shliach halacha based in, if they know there's a ratzon on behalf of the husband, based in, could be, it's like zachin la'adam. We know that the das of the husband wants to give it, and the woman proved that he wanted to write a get. So based in can step in, zachin la'adam shlo b'fanav, and be zocha and make themselves into a shliach halacha, and then give the get to the woman. Because according to the second answer, a woman, she can't be a conduit to transfer the persona of her husband to another man. He can transfer his persona to another man. Or if he set a man to be a shliach, another man can set another man to be a shliach. I think that works. Because one man can transfer the persona to another man, and then another man can transfer that persona to a third person. But if there's a woman involved, she can't be a conduit to transfer persona if she doesn't take on the persona of her husband. Therefore, I like the second answer to the Gemara better, that the Beis Din steps in, and there is sort of zachin l'adam shlo. We believe the woman. Right? That's why she said the funny enough, she's believed. As a shliach in that regard, we trust her. But we don't trust her as being the persona. The Beis Din has to step in and be the persona on behalf of the husband and give the wife the get. And that's how it works. That's what I like to say the maskana of today's Gemara is. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.